Hey y'all, it's me again. I just wanted to do another video for you. Hope you enjoy the other one that I did that just talks about some of the reasons that a new or newer ambassador may not start or begin their business. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. This video that I wanted to do for you talks about another topic that's really been on my heart for quite a number of months, and I just haven't done really anything with it yet. I think I've thought over and over again about how I could post about some different things, and just didn't feel the right prompting and wasn't sure that the tone of it could come across in the right way. So I thought and hoped that maybe a video would help me talk about some of these things, and hopefully that you would be able to see the tone of it come through the video and also hear my heart on it. So what I want to talk about over the next few minutes are some of the reasons why ambassadors quit and also, go inactive. So one or the other, both, what have you. So either they're going inactive for a period of time or forever, and then maybe just ultimately quit. And so these are some of the things that either I've experienced personally with my personal team, or have helped other team members with this and talked about it, or I've observed or had feedback on. So kind of a conglomeration of all these things that I've really been thinking about over the past number of months. And so what I want to talk about are some of the reasons why. Now some of these are going to be really obvious and really simple, and you're going to go, oh, it makes total sense. And this is in no particular order, but these are kind of the first 5 main reasons from what I see are reasons why someone may turn off their auto qualification backup order, which makes them an inactive ambassador, or they may do that, and why they may quit altogether, whether that's taking, product, selling, everything. And so the first one is life issues. And I touched on this some in my other video about why someone may not get started right away or at all. But one of the first things is life issues that can happen. We all know life is going to continue on, plexus or no plexus. Things are going to happen and so forth. And so those may be some things that some of your downline and ambassadors might experience some life issues as their journey goes along. And so if you see somebody that has been active for maybe a number of months and then all of a sudden they go inactive, as you're looking at your report, which you should do fairly frequently, because it gives you that snapshot of what's going on with your team. This is going to hopefully prompt you, if you haven't been in contact with that ambassador, to reach out to them and see how they're doing. Them turning off their AQ to go inactive for that month, can really kind of let you know that, hey, there may be something going on, and maybe you can be of support to them, encourage them, pray for them, whatever it may be, let you know that something is going on, and you can, maybe just be there for them. And so that's kind of the first thing that I see. It's just kind of being aware that, hey, life happens, and sometimes people do need to shut it off for a while, and that's okay. And we can be there as a team for them and even help them along the way until they can come back and, kind of get back into their business full time. The second thing that I hear a lot and what I've seen a lot is discouragement in their business that's not happening fast enough for them. And so, I think that we've all kind of heard this a lot, and that's that our journeys are going to be our own journey. It's going to happen on a different timeline than anybody else's. And we are very, very blessed that we are on the larger team, the Destination Diamond Dream Team. which just has countless ambassadors who have just flown up through the ranks and flown up very, very, very quickly. And it's kind of unheard of, comparatively to other big teams within the company. We're kind of the trendsetters. And so that's awesome because we're getting their knowledge and their experience firsthand. But what can be discouraging is if you focus on the time that it's taking them to accomplish certain ranks and goals and so forth. And so if your journey is not happening as fast as other people's around you, or maybe even your uplines, that can be pretty discouraging. You might feel like you're doing something wrong. You might just get discouraged altogether and say it's not worth it. And so this is something that I hope everyone will realize that definitely is a very real feeling. We have all felt that at one time or another, but it's going to happen when it happens. And so what I want to get you to think about is the long-term vision with this company. Whether your journey takes you, 6 months to reach the top, or if it takes you 3 years, I hope that you will really look at the possibilities of the payout of reaching your destination, whether that's to get all the way to the top or whether that's to get to a certain rank. I really hope that you will consider the cost, if you will, of reaching that big goal. And I hope that that after thinking about that you'll realize that the payoff is going to be really worth it. And that for the amount of time and effort that you'll have to put into that, I think it's going to be a really easy thing to realize that it is worth it. Okay, so that's another reason why I do see that people will stop sharing, stop posting, stop working altogether, shut off their AQ, and potentially quit altogether. That's kind of a big one. The next one is, hearing, I don't have any customers. I don't have any orders coming in, and I don't purchase enough on my own to reach that $100 product volume for each month. And so this is another one too to think about. And this is another reason, all the more reason to work your business and share it. If you're not purchasing enough product to reach that $100 product volume per month, that will qualify you to earn commissions on everything over that, then let's get you to where you're reaching that $100 product volume, and then you're bumping it to the $200 product volume mark. So all the more reason why let's put together a plan of action of how you can work your business. Look at the things you've been doing and look at the things that you need to be doing, and let's see how we can bump that up for you so that you can begin reaching your goals. So you can begin covering the cost for your products and begin earning commissions on that and so forth. Okay. The next one is a low belief in your own testimony. And what I mean by that is, there are a ton of testimonies out there, and, people share them all the time. These awesome either weight loss testimonies where someone has really dropped like 40 pounds, 40 inches in, 3 months, 2 months, something crazy like that. Or they have this amazing health testimonial where they've gone from, being bedridden to, running a half marathon. And I'm kind of exaggerating here, but I think we all know what I'm talking about. These amazing testimonies. And for a lot of people, when you compare, when you compare that with your own, if you're not someone who has had a lot of health issues, if you're not someone who has been extremely overweight, then your testimony to you may not seem like a rock star testimony. And so that's some of the discouragement that I've also heard from other people that's kept them from sharing as much about their own personal experience, is they don't feel like their own testimony has enough value, that it doesn't carry enough water. And that really could not be further from the truth. Your friends, family, neighbors, acquaintances, they want to hear from you. They want to hear about your personal experience, your personal victories. Whether that's something, that you think is small, that could be really huge to somebody else. And you know what? That could also be a lot more relatable to a lot of people. Not everyone has extreme weight issues or extreme health issues, but they've got some goals. And so if they see, more um, kind of your run of the mill person, just, I have a little energy issue, or, I want to get off 5 or 10 pounds, kind of these things, and see the benefits that you're experiencing, that's worth everything. And so that's the stuff that you want to be sharing. And that's the stuff that's going to resonate with people. I think that the big testimonies are fabulous. I love to share them. I'm inspired by them. Keep sharing them, but also never discount your own journey and never discount your own testimony, because it's powerful and it means everything. Okay? So the next one is fears and outside influences. And these are some things that I've listed here that, and again, I don't think it's exhaustive, but these are some key things that I've heard, or that have come to my mind, or that I've observed. Friends and family kind of maybe giving you a hard time about being in a network marketing company or an MLM. Maybe they're very skeptical, and so that means that they're not being overly supportive of your journey and your business, and that's hard. That's hard, especially if it might be a spouse. Another one may be fear of failure. Sometimes, when we have these big goals and so forth, it can be really overwhelming to the point of paralyzing us, because we're either afraid to talk to people, we're afraid to share, we're afraid we're not going to do well. Anything along those lines can really paralyze us in our journey and keep us from even taking the smallest of steps. Another one is too many are selling in my area. Everyone I know is already either using Plexus or selling Plexus. If you're in the Dallas area, kind of, Plexus land, Mecca, and maybe even some other key areas of the country that have diamond ambassadors who have really built their teams pretty much in that area, then you might feel like that. You might feel like that and just be like, oh gosh, I already see Plexus everywhere. I know so many people, I don't have anybody to order from me, or so forth. I've already asked everybody. And what I would say to that is that when you already have a big buzz going on in your area about Plexus, that can do nothing but help you. The name is out there, the branding is there, people have heard of it. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, I think I've heard of that. What is that exactly? That can kind of open some doors. And let me tell you, here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area where Plexus is really big, there are still tons and tons and tons of people who have never heard about Plexus, don't know what it is, haven't heard about it. So there is still huge opportunity, you guys. Even if you feel like you're living in an area, if you feel like it's already saturated, it's not. I promise you, it's not. And so maybe you're at a church where there's already a bunch of ambassadors. Talk to the ones that aren't using Plexus yet. Look outside of that location. I really love hearing our upline stories. And really, Rosalind Paynes is kind of coming to my mind first and foremost, because when she began her Plexus journey, she signed up directly under Celeste Gwynn, who is our top diamond person, and she's one of the co-leaders of the Destination Diamond Dream Team, along with Jen Hawkins, who she signed up under. But anyway, Roz signed up under Celeste, and they've been best friends for like 8 years. And they all are from the McKinney Christian Academy. You may hear a lot about MCA or McKinney Christian Academy here in McKinney, Texas, which is about 45 minutes north of where I live. But anyway, it all kind of started here in the Dallas area through that small private school. So when Roz finally got over some of her, skepticism and joined Plexus and began using the products and selling, there were already so many ambassadors at McKinney Christian Academy. And those are the people that she's friends with, a lot of them whom she does life with, and etc. And so what she had to do was step outside of that. And so she really started marketing and sharing with people from her past jobs and business experiences, school growing up and so forth. And you guys, she's a diamond ambassador. You know, a year's time, she's a diamond ambassador. So it can be done. I think it's really important that you not focus on who's selling, but focus on the ones that are not yet. Focus on the people who haven't tried the products yet, and think beyond your immediate circles. And so it can definitely happen. The next one, kind of dovetailing on that, maybe you're in an area where you're the only one. Maybe you are the first one or the first handful of Plexus ambassadors in your area. There is so much opportunity in so many states and so many cities around the country. And I think that that can be a little challenging as well, because in those areas where it is so brand new, you don't have the brand and name recognition yet in the area. There's not a lot of people taking the products yet and having that word of mouth. So you're kind of, you're going to be on the forefront. You're going to be the leader. You're going to be the pioneer of taking Plexus into your city and into your community. And that is super exciting. But know that because it is so brand new there, it, while it does provide you like an awesome advantage and opportunity to be able to grow your business quickly, it's also going to take some time to be, working consistently, sharing consistently, talking to people, getting a few key team members in your area so that you can begin building and working together and getting the name out. So on both of these, there's some pros and cons. So definitely don't focus on the cons as much as you can focus on the positives and the pros of those. Okay, let me see if there's anything else I want to add to that. Kind of going back to outside influences like friends and family, comments. Maybe your friends and family haven't been super receptive at first. Maybe they've been big skeptics and haven't been supporters of your business yet. Maybe either from just trying the product or being willing to try it, to helping you get the word out, or maybe even joining your team. I can't encourage you enough to just stick with it. People will come around eventually. Some will take longer than others, but that's okay. I think you're going to experience that, as we all are, throughout our whole journey. 14 months in, I'm still having people, contact me and say, I've been watching you for a while. Can you send me some information? And it's just like, wow, I've been posting consistently about this for, over a year. They're just now asking, but that's the way it's going to work. And so if you allow what people say and do to bring you down and to keep you from your belief in this awesome product and this awesome company and the awesome opportunity, then it's gonna stop you in your journey, and it's gonna keep you from reaching your goals. And so what I desire most for each of you is for you to reach your goals, no matter what those are. So whether it's some of these influences that may be rather close to you in your circle, maybe it's another personal issue, maybe it's something going on, or maybe it's something that happened, within a team or with another ambassador. Whatever it is, I hope that you can learn to kind of block those things out and stay true in your belief and draw on us for support and encouragement, and stick with it and reach your goals. Okay, so these are kind of the first 5 things that I've noticed are reasons why ambassadors may go inactive, either for a period of time or quit altogether. I do want to mention one thing before I move on. On number 3, I don't have any customers yet, and I don't purchase enough to meet that $100 PV in the month. This also can tie in to affordability, and that I talk about in my other video. One of the reasons why people may not get started is they're having some financial trouble in being able to purchase the product. And if that is the case, then let's figure out how to get you going in your business so that you can purchase the product and begin taking it or begin adding other products later in your journey and covering the cost for those, because that's what this business is for. So definitely just wanted to add that in. The last thing, so as you notice here, we talk about several things. It's not the number one reason why I see people going inactive or people quitting. The number one reason that I see that people are turning off their active status, their AQ backup order, and quitting altogether is product issues and slow results. I can't tell you, how many times I've troubleshooted with someone and talked about slow results. And I think everybody, at least at one point in their journey, is going to need to troubleshoot something. It's going to have some product questions. It's going to need some advice on what to do. But this is the number one reason why I see people drop off and quit altogether. And so I really, this is really kind of the meat of what I want this video to be about. Is about addressing some of these concerns, and let's see if we can help you all meet your goals. Because I certainly understand if you're really struggling with the products, then it's hard to work the business. And so here are some things that I want to go through and talk about to see how we can get you on the right path so that you are feeling great, beginning to reach your goals on your health journey, and so that you can more confidently share the business and the opportunity with people. Okay, so the first thing, and this is kind of a laundry list of things that came to my mind. The first thing that I really recommend if you're having trouble with the products, so many people come into the product side or the business side with weight loss goals. And so I definitely want to recognize that so many of us have our weight loss goals. And so that can be discouraging in itself, trying to lose weight, trying to figure out what's going on with your body and so forth. But then also, when you joined Plexus, you were either already a customer or you had not tried the products yet, but something brought you to this. Something brought you to these products, and something brought you to this company, and something brought you to this business. And so whatever that is, whether it's, that it's a natural plant-based health and wellness supplement company, or maybe it was that, the results and testimonies that you were seeing from other people, the amazing opportunity for you to be able to get healthy and help others do that. Whatever it is, then that is your goal, and that's your why. And we want to do everything that we can to help you with that and help you reach your goals. So the first thing that I really recommend when someone comes to me and says, I'm not seeing results, I'm really having a hard time, I'm not feeling any of the benefits, is I'm going to say, have you gone through the troubleshooting call? And I think it was either last summer or last fall, time escapes me, but Susan Stern, who's my upline of the Elite Fleet team, she did a fabulous conference call about troubleshooting slower results. And so it really goes through a lot of ins and outs about products, timing, taking them, things to look for, how to recommend things either for yourself or with your customers. And so that's kind of numero uno, is have you gone through the troubleshooting call? Or maybe you have, but it's been quite some time back. Go through it again. There's notes that go along with that, and there's also the call recording that's located in the files on the Freedom Finders team page. And so maybe even if you're not one who has had trouble with the products or results yourself, you need to go through this, because you're either going to have a team member who struggles or you're going to have a customer who struggles. The thing with these products is we know they work. Okay, we know they work. And so it's frustrating when we don't feel like that they are working. We know they work because there's thousands and thousands and thousands of testimonies. But the way that these products work does not force the body. What they do is they're going to work internally. And yes, it's the old inside out. They're going to work internally, inside, to get your body working the way it's supposed to, so that it can begin to do the things that it's supposed to. Okay, so this is kind of your first thing if you're having trouble, is to go through the troubleshooting call. The next thing is to contact your upline. if you've done this before, if your upline hasn't been any help, then contact your next upline. But contact your upline and say, and here's the way that I would do that is, I'm having some trouble with the products. Here's when I began. Here's what I started taking. Here's how much I'm taking. Here's when I'm taking it. I need you to outline all of those things and send those to your upline. And and also, of course, specify the product mix you're taking. And that is going to open up the dialogue. That's kind of first and foremost to know, have you gone through these things? What things stood out to you? What things do you have questions on? What things can you check off on the list that you are doing already? What things do you need to be doing? And the second thing is to go through this with one of your uplines, okay? Go through the products that you're taking and so forth with your uplines and get that dialogue going, because let me tell you, when you can pull another brain in on it, it really helps. Just going through it yourself is not enough. So if you've been suffering in silence, or maybe have only reached out once or twice, or haven't followed some recommendations, then I would really strongly suggest that you go back and do it again. Go back, re-review what you're taking. Really take a hard look and see if you can get some good ideas going to what may be able to help you get on the right path. A big thing that kind of goes along with that is product consistency. If we don't take the products, then we can't expect to see results. And that's every day, taking the products. That's every day drinking half our weight in ounces of water per day. If these things aren't happening, then you cannot expect to feel better and see the results that you're looking for. And that's just first and foremost. That has to happen in order for the products to work. And I know that there's, getting into that routine sometimes is a little bit harder. There's going to be days where you might forget something or miss something. The more that you can be absolutely consistent in taking your products and drinking your water, you're going to really put yourself out there on the starting gate on the right foot. Okay? The next thing is your belief. Do you believe that the products can work for you? Do you believe the other testimonies that you see? I think that our mind has a lot to do with whether or not we're going to be successful. And that's in anything. There is that quote, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. And so that could not be more true even with our own health journeys, even with our own products. If you're still a skeptic about the products, then that really is going to interfere with the progress in your journey. So I would encourage you to attend a meeting. Seriously, go listen to what the products are doing in other people's lives. Look at videos on YouTube and watch them. Read testimonies, you guys. We do have to fuel our passion and we do have to fuel our belief. We have to remind ourselves. We have to remind our brain that they do work, okay? And then also, and I kind of maybe have mentioned this up here, but the product mix. I think that there are really good starting places for everyone, but little tweaks might need to be made along the way, whether that's in dosages, how it's taken, or even in the products. And so really, I would encourage you to really research about the products. Research the ingredients, you guys. The ingredients that are in each product, it will blow your mind away. And how the creators and the scientists have put together the right natural ingredients in each product. All the products are designed to work together, but of course they can be taken separately as well. And so it's finding the right mix. What works for you and your body? That may not be the same thing as somebody else. Somebody else may be able to just take the slim only and have fabulous, weight loss results. Whereas there may be other things going on in your body, and maybe that's not going to address everything. So it's finding the right mix of the products and seeing what works for you. And also just applied for our newest product, Block, that has really jump-started a lot of people's journeys. There's a lot of great testimonies out there about using the Block product and how that has really kind of jump-started results and so forth using that product. So try some out and figure out what works. Just another quick plug. When you're looking at product mix and trying to figure out what products you need, what products your body needs, bounce ideas off your uplines. Ask a question on a team page. When would somebody recommend BioCleanse? What do the ingredients do in there? But also look in your back office under the knowledge base, read about the products, learn about them, Google some of the ingredients. And I think you're really going to be amazed when you start looking at some of the medical journal articles about the ingredients and what they do in the body. It's amazing. So it's finding the right mix for you. Another thing, is realizing that you may have some things going on in your body. The products are not a magic fix. It's not a magic drink. It's not a magic pill. While some people are able to start on products and see results very quickly, others are not. And that could be because there's things going on that we don't see. We can't see everything that's going on internally. And so we have to kind of research and figure out what may be keeping my body from having the results that I'm working for. And some of those things that I think are really big considerations are hormones. Are there hormone issues going on in the body that need to be addressed? Are there thyroid issues? I think a lot more people have thyroid issues than they know about. My own personal opinion, but also from research, and that most conventional doctors just do basic TSH test, and they don't test T3 and T4 levels. They're not doing complete thyroid panels. So if you come to me and exhibit a lot of thyroid classic symptoms, I'm probably going to recommend that you get a full thyroid panel done from your doctor so that we can see what's going on. And the reason why, along with being postmenopausal, that would kind of tie back into hormone issues. These things, the products, I do believe, can help with some of these things, because when you support whole body health, then it's going to support your body's systems and functions. And so therefore, it is going to be supporting thyroid health. It is going to be supporting hormone health and your endocrine system and so forth. But it may not be the only fix that your body needs. And so if there's a gap there, then it needs to be addressed with, a really good doctor who can do the right test and pinpoint that for you. It also may mean, because all three of these are going to mean that it's harder to lose weight, which is probably the reason why you're looking to lose some weight anyway. It's going to be harder, and so you need to know that it's going to take more time with these issues. It's going to take more time for your body to really respond better. Okay, my video got cut off, and so I'm going to pick up and finish up the last few minutes of this. And so what I was talking about was that these are some issues that could be going on in the body that could be, one, making it harder to lose weight, but also need to be addressed in addition to the work that the products are doing. And a couple of other things are, first, prescription medicines. There are certain prescription medicines that actually make you gain weight and that actually cause the inability to lose weight. And so if you're on any medications, if you're having trouble, then I really suggest that you do your research on the prescriptions that you're on or any other items that you may be taking to see if you can find some information about that. Also, it's really important to be taking these when you're supposed to. Some medications, as we know, need to be separated from supplements and other things. So if you're on a medication that needs to be separated, then make sure that you are allowing that amount of time. Talk to your pharmacist if you're not sure, so that you can make sure that you're not counteracting anything that that drug is supposed to be doing and so forth. So, and sabotaging those efforts. And also, of course, here is gut health. And so this is first and foremost, I really think that a lot of people have more gut health issues than they know about and that they realize. Um, a lot of people may not be exhibiting a lot of the more moderate to severe or more classic symptoms of gut health. Maybe they just have some things, maybe even just inability to lose weight. That is, kind of a classic sign of that. So it's really important to be researching on gut health, and it's really important to be addressing it. Our products are fabulous with gut health, so it's really important that you're addressing gut health aggressively through the product use and also through diet. Those two things together are super, super important. And just know that until that gets under control, that you're not going to see the weight loss results that you want, okay? Because Candida yeast in your body forms a barrier that does not allow things to pass through. As far as nutrition, it doesn't allow you to absorb the nutrients and good foods that you're taking in, and it's not going to let your body release that. So just know that this is super important. I have some really good information on Candida that I'm going to post to our team page files. In addition, I'll also post a Candida health questionnaire that just kind of walks through someone assessing whether or not they might have a Candida yeast issue going on. So it's everything from mild things to more severe. It's a really good questionnaire that you can use for yourself and also with any downlines or customers. So really good. And so if these things are not happening or not working well, then you're going to have a really hard time reaching your goals. And it's going to take more time. So you need to adjust expectations accordingly and just realize that. And in addition, make sure that you're doing all these things together to combat those. Okay, the next thing that is super, super important, and we really don't talk about it enough. We don't talk about diet, lifestyle, and habits enough. And, a lot of times, and I am totally guilty of it when somebody comes to me and troubleshooting a question or whatever, first, of course, we're going to look at the products. What are they taking? What are they doing? And so forth. We talk about their regimen. We ask about consistency. We ask about water. The product mix. A lot of times we leave out these issues. We might address gut health, but we may not necessarily address these issues. And we also don't talk about diet and lifestyle enough. I can't tell you how important it is that you are on the journey to clean eating. So we're all on a different health journey. We're all at different places. Some of us are just beginning that journey to eating well and eating clean, while others may have already been doing some of that or all of that pre-plexus. But clean eating and what you're taking in is super important. And I will say that the way your body reacts to food may be completely different than somebody else's body. But I will tell you that making sure you're eating lean proteins, good vegetables, leafy greens, that is super important, that you're not eating things out of a box. You're not eating processed foods. You're not eating junk and filling your body with breads and carbs and sugars. And I'm totally preaching to the choir here because it's my own struggle too. I'm on the journey as well to clean eating. I've come a long way, but I still struggle with it. Go through periods of time where I'm doing better and then other periods of time where I'm not. And let me tell you, that has a huge role in how your body responds and the results that you want to see. So it's really important that you're taking a good, honest look at what you are eating. If you need to food journal that, sometimes that's the only way that we can really see what we're really eating and be completely honest, is when it's in black and white on paper. So really start food journaling. What are you eating? What are you taking in? Is it processed foods? Is it organic foods? Organic foods, I used to think that was just, for people that wanted to spend more on their food. before my whole health crisis issue happened. But there is a real method to the madness of the organic food, in that when you don't have the pesticides and the chemicals and the additives and the preservatives and the hormones in your food, your body is going to process a lot better. And for some of you, all of those things that are in non-organic foods and in processed foods, it's keeping you from reaching your weight loss goals. It's adding to inflammation in the body. It's contributing to gut health issues, hormone issues, thyroid issues, the whole 9 yards. And so until you are willing to take a look at that, then you may not see the results that you want. And so I think it's really important that we're focusing not only on the products and just taking them, because again, it's not a magic bullet. It's not a magic drink. It's not a magic pill. The products are designed to help you make healthier lifestyle habits. And so, you know, how that works in taking some of the gut health products and the Slim is by helping your body process better, so you aren't craving the carbs and sugars. You're craving, you know, water. You're craving healthier foods and so forth. But if you aren't listening to those little signals that go off in your journey, if you aren't listening hard and making wiser choices, then you're going to cancel out those signals. You're going to stop hearing them. You're going to quench that. And then you're just going to continue on with the habits. So our brain has a lot to do with it. We may feel the signal, but continue on with our habits of what we've always done. And so if we don't make those choices, then we're not going to progress in our journey. And so I know for some people that this is going to be a big piece of it. And it goes hand in hand with the products. They work together beautifully for whole body health and reaching your goals. So that is a big one right there. All of these things are big, but especially realizing, you know, what are you addressing in the body? And also, are you addressing lifestyle and diet changes? And are you recognizing other issues that also may be occurring? You know, I mentioned a second ago about block and how that's really been a game changer for lots. There's also information that I've been seeing about the fast relief capsules for people that have inflammation in their body and don't even know it. The fast relief capsules have really been the jump starter to getting that down in their body so that they can then process, absorb, cleanse, and everything like they're supposed to. So just a random idea there, but there's lots of different things that we can bounce around. And so you need to research, and you need to take charge of it, and you need to ask questions, and you need to dialogue, and you need to go through the troubleshooting, and you need to be consistent. So all these things together are what is going to get you to your goals. And also just realizing time. You know, there are people that it happens for them really fast. They take, you know, Slim only, and that's all their body needed. And then for most of us, it's not that simple. It's a journey. The products aren't designed to force our body to do something. They're designed to support whole body health, get our body working well, and help heal internally. And so sometimes that just takes time. We have some people that are on our team who have struggled with their results, who have stuck with it though, been consistent, researched, figured out what was going on in their body, and then they've had a breakthrough. And they are, you know, making great progress on their goals. And it's really, really awesome. And it's super encouraging. And so those are some of the testimonies that I'm going to ask some of our team members to share with us over the next week or so that you guys can see